Welcome to the Aspire Career Video Library. This video looks at investments. A career in investments can offer lucrative career opportunities. Within investments, you will find investment banking and asset management. Although these areas fall under the same umbrella, the day-to-day responsibilities vary. The main difference is that investment bankers advise their clients on managing and increasing their financial assets, while asset managers buy the financial assets in order to manage them for their clients. Learn more about a career in investments by hearing from our volunteers.
Hi, my name is Reggie Nelson. I am a fiduciary management analyst at Legal & General Investment Management. I started off on a graduate program for 2 and a bit years, rotating across investments and distribution, and of recent moved into the fiduciary management team. And I've been in the industry for about 3 years now. Studied a BSc in economics at Kingston University.
Hi, my name is Emily Fan. I've worked at Schroders Asset Management for coming up to 6 years now. I work as a lead specialist on the broker management team, and we cover FX and OTC derivative onboarding. I didn't go to university, but at college I studied maths, history, physics and economics at A-level.
Hi, my name is Jerome Lake. I work for Schroders Investment Management as a product executive. I've been working in the industry for 2 years, and I went to the University of East Anglia.
An asset manager manages assets on behalf of someone else, making important investment decisions that will help the client's portfolio grow. An asset manager also ensures the client's investment doesn't depreciate and that exposure to risk is mitigated. Doing this means watching the market, keeping up to date with research and trends, and staying current with political, financial and economic news. For my role, I manage all the onboarding for clients and Schroder funds, which then enables trading. I also support the traders for FX and OTC globally.
So I work in the asset management sector, which is essentially managing money for institutional clients. That's the division that I work in. But I work in a specific team called the fiduciary management team, which is combining the investment advisory for pension schemes and the money management for pension schemes together. And I work on the relationship management side of things. So my role is to manage the relationships of our institutional clients on a day-to-day basis. So it involves a lot of presenting, it involves a lot of communication with external clients, it involves a lot of understanding the nuances of their portfolios, and you kind of have to know a little bit about a lot of things in my role.
We have to know the funds that we look after inside out. So we help the investment directors with any presentations that they're putting together, and we also do a lot of investment reporting on performance or on new additions to the funds. Any updates that clients want to know about the funds, we're the ones who usually put that data together. What interested me first about this role was the fact that it was linked to a lot of stuff that I had done at university, which was really important for me. So I studied economics at uni, and I really enjoyed it through university and through school as well. So it was really important for me that I wanted to be able to apply these skills that I've learned into a role that I'm doing for work. And yeah, so with this role, I've really felt like that's something that I've definitely been able to achieve.
To be honest, in year 12, I didn't know what career path I wanted to follow. My A-levels in economics and maths pushed me to look into jobs in the financial sector, as I knew I didn't want to go to university. Investment management was the most interesting to me from all the financial sectors. It's one of the UK's most important industries and provides a wide range of career opportunities for people with different backgrounds, education and skills. I was very lucky to fall into a role that stimulates me, where I'm still learning 6 years later. It's quite difficult to say what type of person is well suited to this sector and role, as I really do think it's a sector that can cater for all. For the industry, I would just say someone that is interested in global events and keen to learn with changing regulations and requirements. But for more generic skills and for my personal role, I would say someone who works well in a team, someone who is organised, and someone who has good interpersonal communication skills.
I think anyone that is just interested in building relationships and is good at communicating. My role entails a lot of communicating externally and trying to help people like trustees understand what's happening not only in the global economy but also what's happening within their portfolio. So someone that is good or likes to communicate, someone that is interested in sort of global markets and the economy and what's happening around the economy and why certain things happen and the consequences of those things happening. So someone that is curious.
Someone who's very good at time management, because there's going to be a lot of things going on at once, and going on to that, organisation is important, and also teamwork is an essential one, because there are going to be lots of times you're going to be working with other people in your team, more senior people as well in the business, and also a keen interest in finance.
Someone that is willing to learn as well, because my role, it requires you to know a little bit about a lot. So you kind of have to be a sponge and just soak up a lot of information, and sometimes that can be a bit overwhelming, but if you enjoy learning new things, then this is the role for you. For me, in order to develop those skills, it's just about understanding your weak points and then working on them. So if you know that you want to work in, say, fiduciary management, or you want to work in the sort of front office in terms of investments or relationship management, then you know that you need skills like being personable. You need to be able to have an interest in sort of global markets. You need to be able to absorb information and also to help other people understand what's going on. Then focus on the things that you're not so good at. So if you know that you want to get into that side of things, but you maybe struggle to public speak, or you sometimes struggle to absorb certain pieces of information, then start to work on those things separately. So start to present to your family, or start to present in some of your classes in sixth form, or start to see the ways in which people present and the skills that they need in order to present, and start to see what piece of information you can extract from news articles and different source platforms, and see if you can sort of break it down and regurgitate that in your own way, as opposed to what the Bloomberg or BBC News or Reuters say about the particular topic. So for me, initially, public speaking was something that I wasn't the best at, so I just practiced so much, and I think over the past 3 years, it's now probably one of my strongest traits, particularly in the industry. So I'll say just find out where your weaknesses are, hone in on them, and just develop them.
Take advantage of any opportunities that might be in school or outside of school to work in a team, and be able to build on those experiences and look at what went wrong, what didn't go wrong, and then improving on that for the next time you do have to work in the team. And also time management is important. So being a sixth former, you've had experience in planning to deadlines and assignments and exams. So looking at how you've organised your time during that period in order to achieve the goals that you want to achieve, and any other situations, where you have to effectively manage your time. So yeah, it's important to develop on those sort of skills. And for anyone who wants to find out more about the industry, the best thing to do would be able to just keep up to date with what's going on in the news, and also any online publications that might be the Financial Times, The Economist. Like, all of these things have so much information in them which is all relevant to things that we would do on a day-to-day basis.
If you are interested in learning more about the industry, then I would encourage you to sign up to Investment 2020, which you can just find on a Google search. They host investment days with over 50 top employers from both buy and sell side, which is how I found my role. Obviously also engage with the outreach programs, which offer intensive programs of career support, working in close partnership with leading employers and also universities.
The qualifications that I needed for this role were my A-levels and GCSEs. But since I've started this role, I've also gone on to do a financial qualification called the IMC, and I'm about to start another one called CFA.
I needed a certain amount of UCAS points from my A-levels to get onto the school leaver programme at Schroders. Schroders have multiple entry options where a degree is not always required. So for school leavers, they currently offer a 1-year programme and a 2-year programme where you can be offered a job at the end.
A finance degree or a quant-based degree will obviously be helpful, but what I've learned in the industry is that any degree discipline will be fine to enter into the industry. I've worked with people that have studied a range of different degree disciplines and they've managed to get into the industry. So if you are thinking, what degree do I need to study to get into finance, then there's a range of things you can learn and you can study. It's just about if you can transfer those skills into the industry. If university is not for you and university is not for everyone, then there are other routes as well.
One thing that I wish I knew when I was in sixth form is the power of good first impressions. I mean, someone could not remember what it is that you were talking about, but if they remember that you were a nice person to talk to, that will stick with them and it will help you in the future when it comes to, it could be, you know, a future job that might be coming up. But yeah, it's important to make that good first impression.
I would say internships are like gold dust. If you can rack up the internships from early on, it makes your university journey and your job search whilst at university a lot easier. Because if you can get, for example, a spring internship, which is an internship that first year students do whilst at university, that can then lead on to a summer internship if you get an offer for that. That summer internship can then lead to a graduate program. So from your first year, you can essentially get a job or a graduate program from that first internship if you perform well and you get an offer to come back from summer and then an offer of the summer internship. Try to get them if you can, apply for them from the get-go. They are competitive, so the earlier you can get in, the better. Saying that, it's not the be-all and end-all, so if you don't get an internship, don't think that you've messed up. I know people that went the whole 3 years at university and didn't do an internship, but again, ended up in the sector. So that's not the be-all and end-all, but it does make the journey a lot easier.
I think that young people should pursue careers in my sector because companies excel where there is diversity. Diverse cultural perspectives can inspire creativity and drive innovation. For me, every day is different and the sector doesn't just offer roles that can lead to being a fund manager or a trader, but you could be an IT specialist, a HR manager, a corporate responsibility advisor, yeah, the list goes on.
Thank you to all the volunteers who took part in this video. If you want to explore different career options, you can view more sector videos from our career video library on our website, aspire.upreach.org.uk. If you're planning to go to university, you can also use this website to register for career support, worth £2,700 during your degree. Check your eligibility and register today.